original. Since I startin' on these bitches invisible. Everything I do so typical. Ain't you wondering why these chickens are inquisitive? Started off one day, had me saying things the Hispanic girls say. Hating when we call the shit Spanish girls say. Had me thinking they gon' live the Spanish girl way. Yeah, and I'm just too pretty. Straight up out the womb, reppin' New York City. Long hair, blue eyes, chains on titties. Paved the way for all these washed up biddies. And I'm not the one gonna have you running back when I am done. Fussing on these petty bitches, White Iverson. That's it, girl, I won.
Everybody was good. It's your boy DJ SJ614, and we are
the New York Dose,
featuring
your equal guest co-host Rell from the Cure Podcast, and bringing on
Edison Ventura Mata Diaz, or Ed Ventura, actor, playwright, maybe a comedian.
Hey, in the motherfucking building.
Hello. The New York Dose is a weekly podcast run by a team of multicultural millennials bringing you pop culture chit-chat, current events, and a dose of New York City.
This show is comprised of 3 main sections that are broken up into smaller segments. The main sections are the Subway, Empire State of Mind, and Times Square.
If you hear anything you like, use the hashtag TNYD or mention us at the New York Dose so we can converse with you. Let's dive into the Subway.
Okay, let's get into the Subway section, and this segment is where we correlate the NYC MTA subway line, and we just bring the guests on it, and they ride from train to train. So let's get into it.
What it do, Edison? G-Train, Edison.
Okay.
This is the guest train. What's up? Tell us about yourself. Who are you? What do you do? What do you love?
Who do you love?
Who do you love?
I'd say actor, playwright, maybe a comedian, because most of the stuff I guess I would write would be comedy. More of a dark sense, but I feel like a lot of knowing whether or not your jokes or whatever you want is working is doing stuff in front of a crowd.
Right.
I've only done like stand up once, and I didn't have anything written down, so y'all know how that went.
Yeah.
But other than that, probably an actor first before anything else. That's probably my passion. That's what I love. I've been doing it for a couple of years.
When did you start?
Senior year. 20 now, 2016.
Okay.
Going into 2016 is when I started.
Okay.
Senior year of high school?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're young as fuck! No! So you're like 19 right now?
I'm 20. I just turned 20, yeah.
Holy fucking
Yeah, we got a young one on today.
shit. Well, I'm glad we didn't bring no alcohol.
Right? He was mad time ago, it was mad nice outside.
If it had been here, I would have been like, nah, I'm 22.
Trying to get niggas locked up with the new house.
I can go back here right now.
I thought
That's wild funny. So what made you get into it? Or how were you introduced to the craft?
So my junior year, there was a production, and it wasn't through my school. It was this program called Epic Theater Ensemble. The quick plug, shout out to them.
Shout out to Epic Theater used to partner with Talent Unlimited also.
Hey, Talent Unlimited, where your talent is unlimited.
Hello. But that's dope. Yeah, I'm really good friends with Melissa and Godfrey and all of them. Did I meet you?
Maybe.
I think I met you during Epic before I did MCC. That's interesting. All right, but keep going. Tell your story. It's about you.
So my junior year, I wanted to do it, but they're already like halfway through rehearsal. So I got like a little side role. We'll give them 4 lines of dialogue, hold it down.
Right.
And then my thing, and I'm looking around, I'm like, you know what? I feel like I'm better than all y'all. Because I grew up playing sports since I was about like 5, so just
super competitive.
Being competitive, baseball, basketball, football, and then high school I ran track and did some boxing.
Dope.
But I don't know, I just stopped doing it. So
you was like, fuck that.
Like I'm only like 5'9", I don't got like a 40-inch vert, it's slow for me.
You could be the next Adam Iverson, you never know.
So so then the next year I was like, I'm gonna audition for it, I'm gonna get the lead. I didn't really believe I was gonna get the lead, but I ended up getting the lead. And
that's how it working out.
Yeah,
the universe be like, what you thought?
Right, I put it out there.
Hell yeah.
From there, then I auditioned for MCC and this other program called King Teens.
Okay.
I did like 3 productions in like 3-4 months or something like that.
Wow.
So it was hectic, but like I loved it and it was fun. I wasn't going to school though. For sure.
Right.
I was man. That
You were
shit.
skipping school?
Hell yeah! What? The school I went to, I think I missed.
What
probably,
school you went to?
Amanda Childs High School for Contemporary Arts.
Oh.
Shout outs to y'all. It's on Gun Hill Road.
Okay.
Off the 2.
Where you from? Where you from?
BX Uptown. You
Another Bronx nigga in the building.
Another Bronx nigga in the building.
BK versus Bronx.
Hold on.
Oh wait.
I mean, y'all have parties, so y'all winning right now.
Alright.
But yeah. Where we at? I feel like
I'm just admiring him like he's mad young. Give me some of your youth.
I'm like, you're very busy for your young age,
Right.
but you're very young. Like,
Yeah, this man is making moves, he's making money moves.
Trying.
So from MCC, where have you continued your craft now?
Oh, so through there,
Mm-hmm.
I ended up getting, after doing like the acting and playwriting lab, I ended up getting linked up with Middle Voice
Right.
theater company through Lucy
Nice.
Thurber. I did a production with them last summer. Yeah, like the end of the summer, we did a workshop production of a play, and it was pretty dope and it's cool. And we're putting on another show called The Enclave later on this month in a couple of
Yes.
weeks.
Just
Shout
show
out to
after
the
show,
Middle
back to
Voice,
back.
man.
I'm telling you, this boy is nuts. Like he's really busy. Did you see Transfers yet?
Yeah, fire. I was technically like the production ambassador there, so
Okay.
like, I'll just come in and watch and meet the cast. Everybody was cool as shit. It's
Yeah.
dope. It's good people. Usually with like crowds like that, you expect it to be like stuffy and
Right.
And
Well,
Transfers is a play, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
going on right now.
Yeah.
Where?
Oh fuck. Where is it?
Lucille
Hotel. Yeah.
on Christopher
And,
Street.
Yep. And Lucy Thurber.
On the Lower
is-
East Side?
Yeah.
what's the play about?
It's about basically like 2 inner city youth kids that are in like a program in a community college. They're basically getting some type of scholarship to get into like a prestigious university. Like you go from like a BMCC to then try to get into like Yale or something
Right.
like that. And they also give you a scholarship to help you in. And it's not in New York, but it's in like the university where they're at.
Right.
And just like all the shit that comes with it, because it's like there's like an interview process they have to go to, and
Right.
it's pretty dope.
I'm excited. I'm seeing that on Sunday. Super excited. So, what are some recent happenings? Because you started to tell us that. What are some recent happenings that are going on right now with Edison?
At the moment, well, I just became equity.
I was about to say that's so very quickly. That's what I was
Wait, what does that
reading
mean in the actors world?
It's the union. So now I can.
You're
make-
SAG?
No. Equity is like SAG for theater.
Oh, okay.
So now I can
Lit.
get paid for shit.
Yeah.
Sorta.
Yeah.
Dope.
It's a little bit of a gamble too. It's because you do have to pay quite a lot of money, and for me at the moment, like the dues that I'm paying, right, that I have to pay at least, I'm like shit. So like, maybe I get work, maybe I don't, but we'll see. I think I can.
I think
You will.
Absolutely will. Yeah, you.
And what are the qualifications? Like, what do you have to do to get into that?
You have
Into
to-
equity.
That's a very good question.
Yeah,
It's a
for real.
fucking catch-22.
For real.
But I'm interested to hear your response because I want to know how it happened to you.
I just through Middle Voice, because it's at Rattlestick, which is an equity house. Normally their productions were equity, but I think from now on they've made the decision to do that.
But let's see, like
But
me,
like,
like
to
if I
do
want,
it,
yeah.
you'd have to get equity job, right?
So here's the thing. Here's the catch-22.
Yeah, this shit is bullshit, by the
You
way.
can't do an equity show without being equity, and you can't be equity without doing an equity show.
Mhm.
It makes no fucking sense
Exactly.
at all. And that's the catch-22 about it. So it's like you just have to happen to fall into a project
Just get
that's
lucky.
either like SAG-AFTRA base or equity base
Mm-hmm.
that likes you so much that they're willing to like
Sponsor you or something?
not
Or vouch
sponsor.
for you?
Or it's like for a long enough period of time.
Yeah,
Where
you
they're
gotta like
okay.
you gotta like build up enough credit. You gotta start accidentally getting into enough of those shows.
Accidentally?
No,
that's really how it goes down.
Yeah.
You can't search for it or nothing?
No, because with equity, the thing is that we're catering mostly towards people who are in the union.
Yeah.
So let's say you go to an audition, like an open call for an equity show or SAG, wherever. They can hit you with we're not seeing non-union people today.
Right, yeah, because that's the same with dancers too.
You can take that hour-and-a-half train ride back home.
Right.
So the thing with being in a union is that, like you see better auditions and things like that. But yeah, exactly what he's saying is like, so I'm non-union, right? Mm-hmm. So if I can see all the equity and SAG like auditions that are happening, but if I go to them, chances are I won't be seen because they're equity and SAG. So they're only looking for those people. Now, however, let's say I want to audition for a show that's like equity or SAG or something like that. In order to get into that show, I'm supposed to already be underneath that equity or SAG.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I like just so happen to accidentally get into it, then they'll be like, oh, okay,
like sneaking into the audition and shit?
No, not sneaking into the audition, but like
I don't get the accidentally.
Well, most of it is you just know somebody that knows somebody.
Okay.
You know somebody that knows somebody. Let's just say that on that audition day they have enough time, or they have like 2 slots left, and you happen to be like the next person that was on the non-unit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all just very like, that's the luck
By
part.
chance.
Yeah, that's the luck part of the industry that I feel like a lot of people talk about.
I'll tell you one thing, y'all giving me homework to do, because equity SAG, I don't know what these meanings are.
You know how like every like job has like a union. They're just like, SAG is the Screen Actors Guild. So like everybody that you see on TV and the movies and shit like that is for film. So all of them are part of SAG. SAG after now, because it's 2 houses that came together. And then equity, like Edison said, is purely for theater people, just theater based like Broadway and shit like that.
So it's all about the coin and people, it's not about the talent.
Coin, health insurance.
Health insurance?
Yeah,
they do offer you health insurance.
To get in. You have to know someone, you have to have money.
It depends.
It's luck. It's really luck.
It all depends.
So how long can you go without like getting a gig or something?
You could go forever. It's a very uncertain business. Like
you're basically your own like entrepreneur. Like it all comes down to.
So it's a freelance type of thing at the end of the day.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Unless you have like
an
agent representation of some sort.
Yeah. Yes. So Edison, I'm looking forward to hearing your journey about being on this union ride.
I want to know about that moment where you're like, because you said you were doing sports and stuff and all that, and like with that moment when you were like, I want to act like that real, like, was it emotional? Was it like just like you knew right away? Like, how did it come about?
I'm not entirely sure.
Right.
I'm not sure if there was an exact moment, but I'd say if there was a moment, it would probably be when it's like when you get a good reaction off of a crowd.
Right.
Probably like the first like maybe laugh or that I got like from that and that live experience. I was like,
you want to feel that.
This is lit. Yeah. And then early on, I got like a callback for a couple like TV shows and stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting callbacks for things. That must mean there's something there that I can further upon.
Right.
Like grow on. Yeah.
Only thing I say that also is because you said you got into the field when you were 18, right?
Yeah.
And usually like people that I know, they start when they're dumb young, like, and all this stuff, or like even younger, and it's just like interesting to hear that, and to that transition was like abrupt for you, right? Like from sports to acting.
Yeah.
Or did you always like act around like in your house and stuff? Or?
Probably like just like joking around, clowning and stuff.
It was just part of your personality.
To piggyback off of Addie, what was your family support like? Family friend support.
Hopefully they don't hear this.
Yeah, we get to the good.
Most of my close friends, they rock with it and support. Okay. Most of my other friends, it's like, you can dream. My family, they support, but they don't. I feel like they don't fully believe. Like, it's cool you're doing this now, but when you're 25, get a job.
Right.
Go to school. Do something else. So I'm working now too, but But yeah, it's one of those like we're not gonna tell you not to do it,
Right.
but don't get your hopes up.
So
too
they
high.
like still take you to like auditions or whatever the case may be to like support what you're doing, but they just don't believe in it.
Yeah.
They probably
I
feel
mean,
like
you're not under 18. I think you can
Nah.
take yourself to the audition.
Everything because I started later. Everything I went to was like,
Okay.
but like
12.
Just found out he's like just graduated yesterday from high school.
But I know that feeling where it's like, okay, yeah, you can do it now, but make sure you go to school. Make sure, like, and I'm like, but what if I make it? Like,
Right.
you know?
Okay.
But like if it's a show or something, they come through.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll come through. What advice would you give to somebody that's just starting out on this path also?
I would say make sure you know how to listen.
Yeah.
Listening is one of the very most important parts, and it's mad cliche, but I would just say like just keep going and don't stop.
Yeah.
Wherever you end up, don't question why you're there or how you got there or if you're good enough or not.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I've always battled with.
Mm-hmm.
But like you just be you. You're perfect as you. You wouldn't be where you're at or in certain rooms if you weren't being you.
Yes.
And just believe and just be ready for the pain.
I love that.
Be ready for the pain.
Be ready for the...
There.
Because
She got me.
there's 1,000 no's for every yes.
Yes,
Be
it
ready for
is.
that pain. Dope. All right, so now I'm going to take you on the rest of our subway ride, okay? Next up, we have the 2 train. Now, this is 2 for your mistakes. And I want to know if there was anybody in your life recently that's fucked up that you want to put on this 2 train.
Oh my god. What do you mean by fucked up?
You tell me what I mean by fucked up. You tell me.
Man. Oh man.
This is the New York
Is this the train that like
Is
that this person can go to a better place, or is this train like get the fuck out of my life train?
This is, you're the conductor. So,
Alright, so I'd say
it can be whatever you like.
yeah, this is for my cousin that like kind of lost his mind a little bit.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, for him, he had like a mental breakdown of some sort,
Right.
and he made a bunch of irrational decisions.
Oh no.
Decisions.
Yeah.
I'm speaking like Trump right now. Decisions
hey.
with money, work, life, a bunch of choices you shouldn't be able to make if you're in a certain state.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
Older or younger cousin?
he's a couple years older, yeah. And with that, it's I don't know. I feel like when you're in like a family of color, especially like we don't know how to handle mental illness because
Yeah.
it's not something that's ever been.
It's like
not-
you're too
it's not like a
dramatic
real
or you're
thing.
too like they don't feel like
you know
it's
what I mean?
real.
And I like, yeah, my family, we just didn't handle that shit right,
Right.
and it escalated to somewhere worse, and I don't know where it's at now. So yeah, hopefully, I hope that train takes you somewhere better.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's sweet.